Hello, this is Manesh Patel from EIA Capital Group. This is the weekly Ichimoku analysis for the Forex currency market. Today is August 29, 2010. Okay, let's begin. This is our normal disclaimer. All the charts are in Thinkorswim or TradeStation. Okay, here are my contact details. You could also follow us on Twitter under Ichimoku Trading. Okay, so let's begin. Now, normally we begin by looking at the dashboard off the website. We're going to look at it not off the website today, but we're actually going to look at it here on TradeStation where I've created everything. And you could see from here, basically I've reorganized everything and we're going to scroll through this. But basically what I'm doing, I took out the 120 and 240s. The reason why that was confusing people, and what I did was I pretty much put the dailies and weeklies. Again, you could look at the rating. You could see here, remember you're looking for 5 to 8 for being bullish, -5 to -8 for being bearish. So you can see on the weekly time frame, the euro is basically bearish. On the daily, it's bullish, so we got conflict there. Really what you're looking for is two time frames that are very equal, where it's above 5 for bullish and -5 for bearish. And if you find them, that's something that you could sit there and day trade with in following the trend. Excuse me. So if you look down the list, you got US Switzy is one that's basically showing you bearish. The only thing that's kind of gone neutral is maybe the Chicago, but that could be easily resolved by picking a good entry point. So we're definitely going to look at US Switzy. US yen we're going to look at. If you notice, all the yen pairs are bearish. The only one that seems like it's starting to weaken is Australian yen, which is pretty interesting. So we'll look at that. And then we got all these other currency pairs here, which are the same scenario. And if you look at all the Switzy pairs, they're all bearish too. So Switzy's been strong as well as the yen has been. All the others you could see are in a conflict state. US CAD seems like it's starting to influence and start going higher. So we may look at that one too. So let's start by looking at Euro USD, which pretty much everyone gauges, and we've been doing on a weekly time frame. Here's a weekly chart. If you remember been watching the other videos, we said that this was a major resistance level when I think about 2 weeks ago. When it got there, we said it had to break that to keep on going higher. We were expecting a pullback. A pullback happened. Now it came all the way to Tinkinson, which we expected it to do last week, and the question was it going to hold it? And if you look at it, it's held it, but really hasn't broken up or hasn't broken down. It's kind of gone a little lower here in their day last week, and then kind of closed out positive for the week compared to the earlier week. However, it's still neutral, so you really don't know anything right now at all as far as the Euro USD is concerned. The key levels here on a weekly time frame to look at are 28.45, and then you got to look at the bottom side all the way down to 24.51. These are longer ranges. Remember, this is the weekly time frame, but you can see that this is bearish. But as the longer this thing takes in trying to go down to retest this low, that bearish nature is going to go away. Okay, and it's going to get weak and weak and weak. And so the longer it consolidates, the weaker the bearish trend is going to become. Okay, so right now there is no trend until it breaks out lower, but it is bearish. Let's go look at the daily time frame. Daily time frame, if you look at the daily time frame, it's just basically bounced off this cloud, came into a little into the cloud, and now it's just kind of skating along the cloud and trying to figure out what to do. It's basically holding. It looks like it's in the pullback mode. It's gone to the Tinkinson. Now the question is, will it go to the Cajunson? The whole reason why that's happening is because the Chicago is going for this thick cloud. So chances of it sitting there popping out bearish right now is going to be slim. It's got to get some momentum, and then it's going to go down. But this is a little pullback, and the question is going to be here at this level right here at 29.62. What is it going to do? Because if it breaks that level, there's a chance that this euro is going to consolidate and go to the top of the range here at 32.73, and before it goes down. So, and what we're hoping for is it'll sit there, go up here, close to this range right here of 29.62, and then pretty much make a move to go all the way down. Okay, if it's going to do that, if it's going to do it at that level, or it's going to do it at the level it's at today, which is around 27.52. So those are the two levels we're waiting for, and we're going to see what happens there. Let's quickly look at the US yen. Okay, let's go look at the weekly time frame. And if you look at the US yen, this thing is bearish. And if you noticed, it went down, it kind of came all the way down here and then came all the way back up here and closed up here. Now it still closed lower than the week before. However, this movement where it went all the way down didn't hold it and sit there, didn't close at the very end of the bar. A lot of people are looking at this as a doji as far as candlesticks are concerned. However, we're still very bearish. Reason why that Tinkinson's not flat. It is still pointing down. So to us, this trend line is still intact as far as going down. All it's doing is came back. It's coming back here. It's going to retest that support, which is now going to be a resistance. So the key is what's going to happen there. Now, if you look at it fundamental wise, a lot of people are basically thinking that this can't go lower. Reason why is the lower this goes, the Japanese export economy is pretty much going to get destroyed. Reason why is it won't be cheap to sit there and export out. That's all on fundamental basis, but you can't really tell what's going to happen until you see exactly what happens on the charts, because everything's built into the charts. Okay, so if you look here, this is yet to penetrate the Kijun-sen. When it penetrates the Kijun-sen, then maybe we'll think that this is going for a major pullback, but right now it is still bearish. The trend is still intact going down. This looks like a minor pullback, but we don't know yet. So we're going to have to wait and see to see what happens. But if it gets down to this 84.50 level again, there's a high possibility that this thing's going to continue to go down. Okay. Now, we talked about, let's looking at the US FTSE. Let's go look at the US FTSE because that was showing us bearish in all time frames. And if you look at this, it's showing you bearish here. This is now turning. Here it's gone down to this major support here. It's stuck at this major support right there. So now we kind of need to see I would expect there's going to be a pullback that's going to occur. Reason why is the Tinkinson, the Kijun-sen's about to go for the cloud. This just flipped. So a pullback needs to occur and then it'll continue going down. But we've got to wait and see what happens. Let's look at the daily time frame. And if you zoom in, you can kind of see it broke out of its little range. It's still showing you bearish, and Chicago is still very strong. So, this still looks good on the bearish side, but I'll be very careful taking that on right now. Okay, let's go look back at our charts here. Another one that was strong was Euro Pound. Let's go look at Euro Pound and Euro FTSE real fast. Euro Pound is showing you it's bearish. If you look at the weekly time frame, it's bearish. It's looking strong for bearish movement going down. If it breaks this level here, it's possibly going to go down more. And it does look like it could sit there and break it, but look at that. It's a major area there, so it may have a hard time there. We don't know yet. But if you zoom in here on the daily, you could actually put on a trade, probably getting earlier there. So 81.30.32, you could probably get on a breakout and try to go down, taking a lower trade there, so you could day trade this if you want. However, this looks like maybe an inverted head and shoulder. We don't know. We got to see what happens there and here at this level here on the Euro Pound. Okay, and then Euro FTSE was the other one where FTSE is getting stronger compared to all the other currencies. A lot of these, if you look like at this one on a weekly, this was a perfect opportunity when this came here on a weekly, where it got right to the Kijun-sen on the weekly, bounced off it. That was an opportunity to start looking for day trading or daily trades to go shorter. That was about a 700 pip movement going down. So if you notice, this is being basically has yet to penetrate the Kijun-sen on the weekly. The day it does, that's basically when this thing could sit there and possibly go into a pullback mode. But right now it is still very strong. If you look here, it still made lower lows. Everything still looks good as far as going bearish, and the kind of key is what's going to happen here. However, it seems like it's weakening because when it broke for this major support, it didn't go way down. It just kind of got to another level, went down about 100 pips, and then stopped, and the key is now what's going to happen at this level. Okay, that's it for a weekly Ichimoku webinar for the currencies. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please post them on the EII Capital website.